Next is a conversation with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on September 9th, 1976, in Vrindavan, India.
And his daughter, young daughter, out of ignorance, she committed some offense, took one fork and pierced through one insect. The Muni was sitting there as insect. So the result was, because she offended, all the men of the king, I mean the soldiers, the secretaries, they stopped passing urine and stool.
So the Muni was there in the form of an insect?
Yes.
And she pierced him? Oh.
So the result was that all of them became without fighting. So the king could understand there is some offense. So, because formally the king is a saintly person. He asked all his men, what you have done? Then the girl said, Father, I have done this. Then he begged the king. Can you excuse this girl out of ignorance? He was very angry that Chavan Muni has his attitude was always angry. All of them became very much happy. Then she asked whether your girl is married. King could understand that if he wants to marry my daughter, otherwise why is inquiry? Yes. And he was so old, and I have got my skin still tight, and all loose, veins, huh?
Oh, he was all slack.
And he was old. So he had to be, otherwise the whole thing is catastrophic. So the king said, yes, if he is not married, if he is like, I offer my daughter to you. Then everything was settled. But the daughter was young and he was like her great-grandfather. Match was not at all suitable, but he had to offer. So this girl also took it seriously, and she was serving the old husband very faithfully, like an honest, chaste wife. Never mind. Then, some days after, the same saintly person was visited by two heavenly physicians, Ashwini Kumar. The Ashwini Kumar, they had some difficulty. They are not allowed in the society of the demigod while drinking somaras. He had some defects, something like that. So when the physician came to see Chavan Muni, he said that if you can give me young age, beautiful, you can make me by your treatment, beautiful young man, which is very pleasing to young girls, then I shall give you the facility of drinking somaras in the society of demigods. Yes, he made a very nice, beautiful looking young man by taking him to a certain lake, and they dipped down, and all of them become fresh young man, beautiful, very beautiful. So this chaste wife, they could not She could not recognize who is my husband. But they look on, very beautiful young man.
Chaivana and his followers, or?
Now Chaivana became young,
Yeah.
and Ashwini Kumar also became.
Oh, they always do.
Because they deep down in a certain lake. In this way, he became a very beautiful young man. Then, for Somjogga, his father-in-law, the daughter's father came. He came. So, he was surprised. I was there. My daughter is another young man. Really? I said, what is this? You are defaming your husband's family and my family. He began to chastise like him. And just see. Because he sees that I got my daughter married with old Chaman. How is that? He is a young man. Condemned like anything. And she was laughing. She knew that I have not changed my husband, I have changed her body. Then he said, my dear father, don't be angry, he is your real son-in-law. He has become now young while treatment. Then he was very pleased and embraced her daughter. Said, this is babysitting. Even one has got an old, going to die husband. She cannot change. This is just.
Once a woman was married, then that was finished. No more no connection with any other man.
No, that's one marriage is sufficient. She must remain very faithful to her husband. Just. That is all. Not that I do not like this husband, I change. That is not
That's Western mentality.
Whatever your father and mother has chosen, that's all. He is your worshipable husband. This point I wanted to bring. And his father was surprised. How is that? I got him married with an old man. Some other circumstances I was obliged. How is that we have picked one young man? He chastised her like anything. Then when he came to understand that the same old man has become now young man by medical treatment, then he was satisfied. So you cannot change. I have seen it. On my father's friend, he was a very old man. My father was also. He was at that time not less than 65. But his wife died and he was married with another young girl. When his sister forced him to marry, that unless you marry, he will look after you, you have no children. But I have seen that young woman was married with that gentleman who in our childhood we used to call her Didi. Didi means eldest sister. So relationship was very thick and thin. But that old man, not than 65, and this young woman, now at most 20 to 25. She was serving the husband like this. We have seen it. There is no question of changing or being dissatisfied.
Yeah, they bring him up to be independent.
But it is a question of culture. Culture. She was king's daughter, royal, married with Muni and old, rotten, older than me. All the skin has become flattened. But still, she was silent, just like worship of the Lord. And the age defines his great-grandfather and great-granddaughter. You'll find in Bhagavad Gita. Lord Shiva, he could not construct even a house. He was living underneath a tree. And his wife, Durga, Sishtisthiti Palaya Sadhana Shakti. She can create a new world. So powerful, Durga. She is living with her husband underneath a tree. Never claims, my dear husband, if you cannot, I can make one. There is a story about that. That and people criticize us, all right, let us have some house. So, Lord Shiva, Durga, both of them capable to do anything. So they constructed very nice gold. Now it has lived. So there is new house center and ceremony. So one Bhargava Muni was invited as Brahman, many other Brahmins. So they began to eat so much. That story I forgetting. Then whatever stock they have finished, then after eating, when they wanted, they give us dakshina, because after eating this. So, Lord Shiva, why shall I get everything I have finished? And then they became puzzled what to do. So Lord Shiva said, all right, you take this up. Again they become underneath the tree. All right, as Dakshina, I will take this up. Don't bother. The house entrance ceremony was, as a result of that ceremony, they became again underneath the tree.